The Governor of Benue State, Hyacinth Alia, Governor of Nasarawa State, Abdulahi Sule, and that of Niger State, Umaru Bago, have paid a condolence visit to their counterparts in Plateau State, Mutfwang, following the Christmas Eve attack, which left many people dead. The governors noted that if the remote cause of the recurring incident is not properly addressed, finding a solution will remain a mirage. News Central's Chizoba Anionwe, who was at the government house, now reports.
These three governors are under the north-central region of Nigeria, and they have come to commiserate with Governor Mutfwang over the December 24 attacks in the state. Leader of the delegation, the governor of Nasarawa State, who is also the chairman, North Central Zone Governors Forum, noted that measures should be put in place to identify the root causes of these attacks for sustainable peace in the state.
It's not about Fulani. It's not about herders. This is about criminals. And we should take it as such and address it as such. Your Excellency, we are here to commiserate with you. We are here actually to mourn along because you are one of us.
It wasn't time for the blame game, but for all hands to be on deck to forestall reoccurrence.
You cannot wish an enemy what you are going through at this moment. We have come to condole with all of you and to assure you of our support.
There is need for us to look at other non-kinetic approach to solving insecurity issues. It's not the issue of herders, farmers, clashes. This is banditry, and banditry is terrorism. And in terrorism, negotiation is not acceptable.
Governor Mutfwang was appreciative of the visit while calling for a more united forum for greater achievements.
And I want to sincerely thank my brother governors for showing us this love on the plateau. Their concern is an encouragement, their concern is comforting, and their concern shows that we can pool resources together to be able to come out of this situation in which we have found ourselves.
The North Central Governors Forum, made up of Benue, Nasarawa, Niger, Kogi, and Kwara states, made a donation of 100 million naira to cushion the effects of the attacks in Plateau State. In Jos for News Central, I am Chizoba Anionwe.
Thank you, Chizoba, for that report. Now, to further discuss this, I'm being joined by the Commissioner for Information in Plateau State, Musa Ashoms. Hello, Musa, and thank you so much for joining me at this time.
Thank you, News Central, for having me this afternoon.
It's a pleasure. Now, condemnations have actually since trailed the unfortunate development, and people have actually called for an overhaul of Nigeria's security apparatus. Now, first of all, do we have an idea of who the perpetrators of this attack, were? Do we have an idea of who they are?
The central idea is that they are criminals, they are terrorists, they are people that are after bloodletting, they are people that are after tears, blood, and sorrow. And unless the security bring them to book, we don't want to profile a particular people. But the activity is that of criminals, and that is what they are, and that is what we have tagged them. So they are enemies of the state, they are terrorists, they are bandits, they are criminals, they are shamanists. All these negative nomenclatures fits them. As a people, we are only after them being brought to book. We are after them getting justice. We are getting justice for our people. That is our concern. But the name for these people is that they are criminals, they are terrorists, they are bad people.
All right, Musa. Now, in light of this incident in Jos, so many people have also called for the introduction of state police, which has actually been, a case since the insecurity started in Nigeria. But they've actually called for state policing in Jos to contribute to a more effective and efficient security system. Are you of that same school of thought?
It's not just on the plateau. All over Nigeria, when we have state policing, it's going to cushion the effect of this that act. For example, we agree that we are a nation. We do not discriminate against anybody. But when you have this homestead approach to these insecurities, it will help us better. When you take somebody from Plateau State and you take him to riverine state like Bayelsa, it will take a little time before they acclimatize. And even when they acclimatize, going to the creeks might not be very, very conducive for them. So also when you bring somebody from Bayelsa and you take him to Askero Uba, before he understands the environment in the first place, it's going to take a lot of time. And security is supposed to be swift, it's supposed to be very, very responsive, it's supposed to be proactive. So we're advocating for state police so that our people will now know how to curtail these incidents, so that our people will know how to gather information, how to gather intelligence, and how to even share. So basically, state policing is the way out because we have tried this system over and over. It has not yielded any tangible results. So when you use the same method, the same theory over and over, you get the same wrong answer. I think it is good that you explore new avenues. And the avenue for us as a people is that you make like the privileges that Borno, Adamawa, and Yobe enjoyed, where they made some of their young people to join from the civilian joint task force to join the conventional military. We should also be given that opportunity so that our people will join mainstream military and at the end of the day secure our land, because there's a need for Plateau State to be secured. There's a need for Nigeria to be secured so that ragtag armies will not be bringing blood and letting blood in our communities all day in, day out. Whenever they feel like killing people, they just pick their arms, mobilize their people from wherever they want to mobilize them from, and unleash mayhem and terror in communities.
All right, now the North Central governors, in addition to donating a huge sum of money to the victims, are planning a security cooperation, with between states. Now, considering the recurring violence in the North Central region, how will this regional security cooperation effectively address future incidences?
Before the advent, or what do you call it, of Omoteku, the number of kidnaps in the southwest was alarming. There must be some level of sensitization between the states. For example, we share common boundaries with Taraba, Bauchi, Kaduna, Nasarawa, and which other states. So there's a need for us to synergize so that these bandits, when they kill, where is their muster point? Where are their buffer zones? We need to discover those places and gas them out of those places, because people that kill deserve to be killed too. So if you allow these things to just fester, you never can tell the next place. If it is not Southern Kaduna, it is Nasarawa. If it is not Nasarawa, it is Taraba. It is not Taraba, it is Benue. If it is not Benue, it is the fringes of Bauchi or other places. So it is very, very important that we synergize, and I'm happy that the governors have come to Plateau State to commiserate and solidarize with us, and of course to provide lasting solutions to this pogrom that we've been facing over a period of time. It is important that in this year 2024, that we do not come up here to discuss these issues. We should be talking about how Plateau State, North Central, and Nigeria is growing economically, how our youths are being developed, how our women are being exposed to new ways of doing things to improve on their micro and macro economic potentials. We shouldn't just be talking about insecurity all the time. It has taken a lot of our time.
All right, now still talking about taking care of future occurrences and making sure that these incidents don't happen again, because I think for the past few years it's been a recurring incident in on the plateau that residents are being killed. Even last year during the festivities as well. If I may ask, what actually happened to intelligence gathering? What happened? Didn't you? That's talking about the leaders or the defense, those who are supposed to defend the citizens. Didn't they foresee this happening? Because prior to the festivities, the NSCDC, the police, and also the military had actually said that they were going to let personnel out for security reasons to make sure that people are secured while they celebrate the festivities. So whatever happened to intelligence gathering?
Even as laymen, we know that there are flashpoints. We know that there are places that are susceptible to this kind of attacks. Maybe because they have a lushy environment, their ground is very fertile, and a lot of other issues. Well, you know, this pogrom, this cleansing was done with military precision. These people attacked 23 communities almost at the same time. It tells you that it is a product of proper planning. So I feel that the
So you're
military should
saying
plan
this
better
is
than
an
this.
ethnic cleansing? Is that what you're saying? It's a cleansing because
Yes, it is.
some
Yes,
have
it is.
actually reported that it's all about land grabbing
You are cleansing those people that
and
own the
grabbing
land
their
so that you
lands.
take over the land. So there is a collage between the two. There is a nexus between all of them. Like I told you, it's an act of criminality. It's an act of terrorism. Of course, you are taking the people's life, their livelihood, and their land. Those are the issues. And I think this shouldn't fester for long. This is a Nigeria of 2024. Even though these things happened in 2023, we are hoping and looking forward to this year that will not be facing this kind of pogrom again. People will come with reckless abandon to sack people from their communities. People will come and leave sorrow, tears, and blood, and they are not arrested. Once you continue to do these things and get away with it, you continue. That is why you hear that while we are still mourning on the plateau, you hear a community in Taraba State where people were being wiped again. So we continue like that. If you own the land, how do you survive on it? Nigeria is very, very wide. If you go to Niger State alone and Borno State, the kind of land that you have there, ungoverned spaces, left, right, and center. So I think people shouldn't kill people like a game. People should be restricted from doing so. Non-state actors shouldn't be allowed to carry arms. It is illegal. There should be some punishment attached to it, and there should be some level of investigation to know the perpetrators and even those sponsoring this and that's like that. Once these things are brought to book, I don't think we'll continue with this rascality of epidemic proportion.
All right, well, thank you so much, Commissioner for Information in Plateau State, Musa Ashams, for joining us and giving us your time.
Thank you for having me. Husaina.